time for Live Now with Dr. Carmen Harra. The show offers profound wisdom, practical advice, daily exercises, and empowering predictions. And now, here's Dr. Carmen Harra.
Hello, everybody. So excited to be with you every Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And tonight I have a wonderful topic, so I want you to join me. I want you to call in. And I know the number to call in is 951-922-3532. As you know very well, this is a calling show. And it's a show that is designed to help you in so many areas of your life. But today I said, okay, let's talk about the divine feminine. Let's talk about how to regain your power, how to reclaim success. And I found the perfect person to help me put this in the best way possible. And she not only is one of my dearest friends, but she's a successful woman and she has a lot to share with you. And her name is Abigail Rebecca. And I will tell you a lot about her. And I will invite her to join me tonight because today, I'm used to say tonight because I have another show. So it's in my blood to always say tonight instead of today. But anyhow, my dear friends, so feel free to call in because you have an extraordinary chance to talk to Abigail herself. She's with me right now. And, you know, if you're a woman who's struggling with being independent and probably attracting more clients in her business, or probably struggling to even open your own business. Do you feel like you don't know where to start? Do you feel like you lost out there? Do you feel like you have unique talents that you don't know how to express themselves? You need to be visible. You need to be capable to be tuning into your own self, to unleash that power. And so that's why Abigail is the person who can help you do that. So Abigail, my wonderful friend, welcome to the show. And I'm extremely grateful to have you with me today. You're so beautiful.
Hi, Carmen. It's so beautiful to be here. Look at your beautiful flowers.
Yes. Well, I always, when I do the show, I always want to have the best flowers behind me.
Yes.
Just the symbol, of the symbol of beauty. What's more beautiful than giving flowers to somebody? Mm-hmm. But, as a woman who I myself have been working independently for 35 years, I understand where people struggle with being successful, struggle to become independent, to create their own business. And I want to ask you some things because I know that you've been working with the corporate world and you yourself had your own challenges when it comes to becoming independent. And for everybody listening, Abigail lives in England, actually. She lives with her partner and with a beautiful dog. What's the name of the dog? Rudy. And her partner is
Kev.
Oh, Ken. Okay, Ken. I think I wrote it down the wrong way. I'm sorry.
Kev,
but
K-E-V.
in the southeast of England. No?
Kev. Oh, it's okay. But K-E-V. You did write it down, Kev.
Oh, okay.
Not for Kevin.
Okay. So I want to tell you, Abigail, I'm so impressed with your career because you had the courage, the wisdom, the initiative, to create so beautiful, to empower so many women out there to become visible. It's all about that. You can be struggling, but if you're not visible, and I know you created an entire program and you decided to have all the women struggling to attract the soulmate clients in their business, women who are very afraid to be judged, very afraid to fail, very afraid to show off, to becoming a show off. That's one of the reasons why we sometimes have such a low key in becoming visible. Do you agree? So let me ask you, so why did you decide to let go of the corporate world? That's my number one question.
Well, I guess the short answer is that I wasn't very happy there.
Right.
And but I was doing what a lot of us do and just thinking, well, there's no other opportunities for me. It's the only way that I can make money. It's the only way that I can support myself. So I just have to keep going. So I just put a lid on it. And then eventually it came out in my body. I mean, I developed a very serious heart condition, and I'm okay now. I had an operation and it's all repaired, and I'm very healthy. But what it did do is it gave me a really big wake-up call about what do I want to do with the rest of my life. I was nearly 40, and I was like, I need to do, I can't continue to live my life and happy in my job. And that's when I decided to leave. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I just knew that I wanted to work for myself and I wanted to help other people, but I didn't know how at that point.
Right. But you created an amazing program, and it's called the 7-step illuminate method. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. And it's a program that combines, all those practical advice and all kinds of practical method with the magic, the spiritual side of the work, in making people become, as I said, visible and capable of expressing themselves the correct way. So tell me more about this program.
Okay, well, I mean, there's various programs that I run, like free events and paid programs. I coach clients one-on-one. I'm running a free 5-day event actually next week. I do retreats all around the world.
Right.
All sort of built around the 7-step illuminate method. And basically the illuminate method is the way that I created success for myself within my business.
Makes sense.
And really fundamentally, it's based on human design.
Right.
I mean, I do think that, as if we're running a business and we want to attract more clients in, you can apply it to anything. You can apply it to, having a corporate job still and wanting to attract in a new job, or attracting in a romantic life partner, or making new friends. We attract ourselves. So I truly believe that in order to attract other human beings with us and have those real soul connections at whatever level, I help women find their soulmate clients, but your soulmate human, it's really, really important, I believe, to really understand yourself, know thyself, because when you know yourself, then you know how to attract other people in.
That should actually be the number one step out of the 7 steps.
Absolutely.
So when you talk about 7 steps, the first step is, know thyself, know your potential, know your weaknesses, know your strength, and know your capacity, to achieve something. It's very powerful to understand what is within you that may be a blockage or maybe a door to success. How you define success? What's your definition of success?
My definition, it's personal to everyone. Yes. My definition is happiness.
So success means I'm successful if I'm happy.
Yeah. Right. And I think that when you are in that state of happiness and that vibration of joy and happiness, and I'm not saying that you're living in a Disney movie and Disney princess and everything is perfect. The world is imperfect. We know that. We're imperfect. But actually, if you can turn your outlook to happiness and joy and sing the wonderment in everything, I think then everything else comes to you. So if I'm vibrating the frequency of happiness, other things are sent to me to make me happy. So that's how I manifest amazing relationships, money, business growth, a beautiful partner and a dog, and living in the countryside, and it's how I've created everything around me, that I need to be happy first.
So by making yourself happy, then everything else followed. Everything, all your other dreams fall in place.
Yeah, I think that when whatever part of our life we're in, if we decide, I want to make a change in my life, I'm not happy with my current situation, and I want to create a different situation, we very often look to outside influences. I need to change that. I need to change that. I need to change that. actually it's not anything on the outside that we need to change. It's changing ourselves fundamentally inside. So, you know, for me, the biggest business strategy for me personally, and what I teach, is self-love. I mean, if we really love and accept ourselves, that's an incredible platform for business, because we're just taking complete responsibility for ourselves. And
Right.
and we get to decide. I'm an adult, you're an adult, you get to decide every morning, do I want to wake up and be miserable and have a really pessimistic outlook on life, or do I want to wake up and do I want to be positive? Now, of course, there's always things that are going to knock us off kilter. You know, I wake up this morning and I listen to the news, and it's very upsetting. A lot of things that are happening at the moment in the world, but it's actually learning the tools on how to kind of flip that and not stay in that constant area of feeling like doom and gloom and everything's going wrong, because that can be a spiral. So for me, it's like, I love myself, I accept myself, everything else follows. So that is my definition of success.
That's your definition. So in other words, we used to say, if you want to change the world, so the world we are living in right now needs to be changed. But it starts with everybody. Every single living soul on earth should look in a mirror and say, what do I want to change within me in order to change the world? So, be the change you want to see in the world. So the change starts with your own inside change. And if everybody will be, like you say, in a state of content, in a state of joy, in a state of happiness, then this world will be a paradise, will be calm, will be harmonious. Everybody is going to be at ease with everything, and then everything will come to us. Because we create our own issues, our own problems, our own blockages by the way we think, by the way we treat ourselves, and indirectly by creating that sometimes negativity, we create blockages and we're not allowing ourselves to bring what we want in our life. It's just so simple. It's such a simple universal law, that applies to absolutely everybody. Now, what is your inspiration? So everybody has an inspiration. What inspires you, to become who you are? You had a role model, you had somebody inspiring. We all have that at a certain degree.
There's many people that have inspired me, many public figures, many teachers, mentors, gurus, friends, relatives. But I think really, if I look back, my biggest inspiration was my mother. She was my real inspiration, and she's the reason that I do the work that I do, the reason that I help other women become highly visible and self-expressed. Is that I believe that when a woman is expressed and visible and wealthy, she has choices. She has choices. She's not dependent on anyone else for wealth and her own personal well-being. She's responsible for herself. And then she can choose where she wants to live, who she wants to be married to, what car she drives, anything. She can have those choices. And my mother didn't have those. My mother, who's totally dependent and reliant on my father. And my father's mental health actually suffered because he was the sole breadwinner, because he was fully responsible for all the finances within the family. And I was brought up deeply, deeply religious. So I was brought up in a religion where women didn't really have a voice. It was all men. Like women were just like the housewives and the mothers, and men ran the show. And I decided very, very early on that as much as I loved my mother, and I loved her dearly, and I loved my father as well, they were just doing what they thought was best for me, because it's the way that they'd been raised as well. But I decided at a very, very early age, like probably about 7 or 8, I was like, I don't want to be like this. I don't want to be like my family. So I left home when I was 16, and I traveled the world. I traveled a lot. I'm so grateful for that, because, you know, my beautiful friend, what travel does for the soul and for the mind, and just learning about different cultures and just amazing. And then I went and worked in corporate when I'd done that. But all along, I was like, I just want to make a difference. I want to make a difference in this world. And I realize now that I had to go through all of that. I had to go through all the pain. And my mum probably had to go through that as well, so that I could then be where I am now and helping other women, you know, create their dreams. So I'm so thankful. My mother passed about 7 years ago. About 4 years ago. My father passed about 7 years ago. But they're still here. I'm still connected to them. I don't believe that any of that energy goes away. And I'm so, so grateful for them, for really bringing that situation to life so I could experience it and now help others.
It's so interesting because she was your inspiration, though you saw some of the elements in your life that you didn't want to carry on. You know, you want to let go and create a different reality that was more your reality. And also there was a matter of belief system, with the way people believe life should be 50 years ago, 30 years ago, 100 years ago. There were different beliefs. And even the religious part, it was a belief system. So we used to say you can never go beyond your belief. So what you believe, you become. So that was their belief, and that's why their reality was the way. But you were born and you acknowledged you wanted a different belief and you wanted a different life. So you started to change all of that. That was implemented in you from the very beginning. It's just so fascinating. Do you mind if we take a call? We have somebody waiting for. Hi, Kim. How are you? Are you with us?
Yes. How are you, Carmen?
Hi, my lovely Kim. How's everything with you?
Everything is a little bit better. Emotionally, I'm better with the ex-boyfriend situation. I still haven't heard from him, but I'm coming to terms with it was for the best, obviously. So I have my house situation, and I spoke with my landlord yesterday, and I just wanted to touch base with you on that. Do you still see me buying this house?
Absolutely. I think it's the best thing that you can possibly do. If you see the world with the inflation that's happening, buying a property is a wonderful idea. It's a good idea right now.
But
so I advise you to do it for your own good.
Right. But do you see me? Do you see me moving, or do you actually seeing this actually happen?
This will really happen, but it has to happen with your participation. So you have to be convinced that that's your best decision, to acknowledge that keeping money in the bank, they lose value. But if you put it in something solid like a property, the property will go up in price. So this is the way I will do it. That's my advice. I mean, of course, you do whatever you think is best for you. But to what I remember on different shows, I kept on advising you to move on, buy the house.
It's just that I didn't have, I've been working off the books, and I haven't had a payroll stub. So that was shooting myself in the foot. So a girlfriend.
No, I think, and there will always be ways. Find that other way.
So, and I wanted to tell you that my girlfriend said there's creative loaning, back rent. So, okay, so you still feel confident that I'm not moving and that I'm going to possibly buy the house?
I'm confident. What do you think about Abigail, my guest today? Did you listen to her inspiring story?
Yes.
And help women build, their own business? And do you have any questions to her?
Yes, I do. So that's so funny because I was just listening in, and I'm in the same boat right now. So I've been, I was a preschool teacher and became a nanny. COVID hit, it just became a disaster. And I started just needed to make money, so I became a housekeeper. But I'm not happy with it, and I'm better than this. So,
okay.
Carmen had mentioned that she saw me working for myself. And Carmen, I wanted to ask her, do you still see me working for myself?
Yeah, and you know who you should ask for guidance? Abigail, because that's what she does.
Yes.
She helps women to start. Abigail, give her a little bit of a hint how you can help her start a business and have confidence in herself.
Hi, Abigail.
Hi. I was also a nanny. I used to be a nanny in St. Louis in Missouri. That's when I first left the UK and started my traveling. But I think it's great that you obviously seem very flexible, and you can move from being a nanny to a housekeeper. But now, obviously, your calling, your purpose, your dharma is to start a business, and it's all within you. Everything that you want to create is within you. But what's really important, and what Carmen's just touched on, is that you need to believe it. You absolutely need to believe that you can achieve it. One of the things that really helped me when I was very, very unhappy in my corporate career is that I started to use the power of my mind, visualization, to really visualize my future life. So I didn't quite know what business I was going to start, but I definitely knew that I wanted to be in service. I wanted to be some kind of guide. I wanted to help and inspire women. And I also wanted to be really wealthy. I wanted to create money for myself. I saw, you know, we go to south of France, and I saw people in the south of France, and I was like, I want to be like her. So I started to visualize. I started to use the power of visualization every single day, and start to visualize the house that I was going to live in, the car that I was going to drive, the clothes that I was going to wear, the women that I was going to work with, the money that I was going to make, but most importantly, how I would feel. And, you know, our creative mind is very, very, very powerful. And it's definitely the first step in terms of the law of attraction. So I would definitely start to incorporate that as a daily practice, especially if you're looking to buy a house, looking to start a business.
So this is where I'm at. And Carmen knows all of this. So I'm retired from the post office, and I have a pension, and I can't exceed a certain amount of money. So any full-time job that I've come into, it's not paying a tremendous amount, but I would have to lose my pension to accept these jobs, and it's not affordable for me. So when Carmen kept saying, you're going to work for yourself, you're going to work for yourself, I started really digging deep into myself. And I was like, well, that sounds wonderful. What can I do that wouldn't affect me losing my pension? And sure enough, I became a notary, and I'm putting all my energy into this right now. And I feel like eventually I work for two different people. Eventually I can give up one and keep working on it before I actually can do this full time for myself. So it is true. It's all within you and what you want to manifest. So, and I appreciate that, Abigail, for sharing all that with me. So I wanted to ask Carmen, back to you. Do you think notary could be the thing that you see me doing for myself? Because it's definitely, there's money there. And it works for my whole situation.
Yeah. But you also have to question yourself, like Abigail says. You have to see, is this your mission? Is this something that makes you happy? Is this something that makes you feel fulfilled within your heart and gives you excitement?
Yeah.
Is it? So
the whole thing.
Then this is your path.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what you do. What matters is do it with grace. Do it with excitement. Do it with all your heart and all the conviction that this is going to take you as far as it can, you know. And it's up to you to go as far as possible. So
well, you know what? It's really hard. Yeah. It is really hard because I am divorced and I have kids and I have standards to live up to, and it's hard because I'm trying to promote to my client and promote clientele, but on the same token, I can't give up my jobs because I have bills to pay. So I'm kind of in a 50-50, but I'm not giving up. And that's why I was asking Carmen if she thought that she sees me succeeding in this notary business.
Absolutely you are. And I'm going to ask Abigail to tell you a little bit about her unique program, because she has a program she created, Abigail. Now, can you tell a little bit about your program?
Yeah, so I'm doing actually an event next week. It's free. There's no charge.
Everybody listening, we need to subscribe to Abigail's event because it's a free event and you can benefit tremendously from this event. So give us a little bit
How
more.
do I subscribe?
Yeah, so it's basically, I mean, it's really, I kind of developed it for women that already have a business. But to be honest with you, if you are also looking to start a business, I think it will be really, really beneficial. And
Okay.
I'm basically going to be taking you through every day, Monday to Friday. It's going to be 8 a.m. PST. I think that's 11 a.m. EST every day. I'm going to be going live and basically going to be sharing with you the step-by-step process. And it's really going to help you be able to really actually pinpoint on that big vision and really what you wanted to be doing. Because I guess, if I'm going to be really honest with you, I'm a little bit concerned that you're asking for advice about whether it's the right thing. I would ask you to look inside of yourself. And this is exactly what Carmen's just said. She's like, does it excite you? Does it light you up? Because if it really excites you and lights you up, then you really start to trust yourself.
Right. You have that problem, and I am working on that.
And going and getting creating a business, but like follow your
feminine
intuition.
Scary.
We have got an inner guidance system that is created inside of ourselves that is incredible. So start to trust yourself. Jump on the train next week. I think it's really going to help you.
So how can I find you?
Okay, so the best way to sign up for it is if you go to it's Vortex, so VORTEX.abigailrebecca.com.
Wait, I'm sorry.
If you go onto my website, which is abigailrebecca.com, you'll see on the front page at the top there's a little link that says 5-day online visibility experience, and you can just sign up there for free.
Okay, can you repeat that address again? Can you repeat your address so I can find it?
Yeah, so the best thing to do is if you go on to www.abigailrebecca.com, that's my website, and then at the top there's the link that says 5-day online visibility experience, and all you need to do is just sign up there, and then you'll be in for Monday.
So in other words,
Abigail what?
Kim.
Abigail what?
Abigail Rebecca.
Oh, Rebecca. Okay.
Yes. AbigailRebecca.com. Or just search me. Just like Google me. I'm there. I'm like, you just put in Abigail Rebecca and you will find me straight away. I'm very visible on Google.
You see,
Abigail
Rebecca, Abigail Rebecca means it's a name that she knew how to put this name out there to become visible. The program is about you guys becoming visible. What happens to all of us, we are not visible. We go even on Facebook, we post something that is not visible. You go on Google, your name is not there, you're not visible. So what are you learning today is visibility. What is genius about Abigail, because that's why I invite her to the program, she helps you create visibility for yourself. So this is key to success, in my opinion. If you're visible, you have an idea, no matter what that is. You have a concept, you want to build a business. It starts with believing in yourself, and second of all, becoming visible. Because if you're not visible, forget it. Nobody will know about you. Okay, my lovely Kim.
I'm very excited. I'm going to definitely sign up. And you said it's every day starting Monday at 11 a.m.?
Yeah, so it's not. It's 4 p.m. UK time, so that's going to be 9 a.m. PST. I don't know what time zone you're in.
I'm Eastern Standard.
So Eastern Standard, I think that's 11.
Yeah, it's 5 hours behind, right?
Or is it 10? Yes, 5. Yes, so it's 11 o'clock.
So it's 11 o'clock your time, Kim.
Every day, Kim.
Is it every day?
1 hour. Come and join us.
Okay. Yes, I so need this. This is so perfect. I need guidance. I need a push. Yeah. I need to know that I'm not invisible, and I know I can do this, and I know it's going to make me happy. I'm tired of catering to other people.
You're going to become visible, and you're going to be more than happy, and you're going to achieve extraordinary things, and that's all that matters, my Kim. And thank you so much for calling us. This was such a great call.
Thank you so much, both of you, Abigail and Carmen. Have a great weekend.
You too, my love.
Thanks,
okay,
Kim.
Guys, so you got all the information about Abigail. So Abigail Rebecca, and go to her event. It's 5 days event. It's free. And you learning something that nobody's teaching you. Becoming visible, being out there so everybody knows that you actually exist. And if you exist, then people are going to come to you. That's the opportunity to create clientele and to build a business. So this is why, I have such a wonderful guest today. So I'm going to take a short break and I'm going to come back in 1 minute. And we'll talk much more to Abigail. Hello, everybody. I'm back on Live Now on KMKT ABC Radio. And I have a wonderful guest, Abigail Rebecca. She's such an inspiration to me. She's one of those women who can help you find stability within yourself, work on your self-esteem, discover yourself, your potential, create the best version of yourself. And most likely, if you want to build a business, become visible. And I was talking prior to the break about her program that is actually a free event. And in order to find out about this event, that you can join because it's a free event and there's so much you can learn from this event. You go to www.abigailrebecca.com/IFY, or you go to her website, or you Google her because she knew how to make herself visible, talking about becoming, being out there and becoming known. And it's okay, to come to the seminar because you're learning so much. And I'm going to ask Abigail, what are the biggest mistake people do when they start a business? Because people start a business and then they get disappointed and it's not working the right way. So what do you think?
I love this question because I'm like, you just name all the biggest mistakes people make and I've made them. Okay, the three biggest mistakes that I see is that, first of all, people try and do it on their own. And I was like this. I was like, I'm fiercely independent. I can do this on my own. I've been a senior leader within corporate for many years. Right. I've taken some marketing courses. I can do it on my own. And of course, I just was completely burnt out. I struggled. I didn't really know what I was doing. And I, like you said, I got very, very disillusioned. And there were a few times where I really said, right, that's it. I'm going back to corporate. Right. So off the back of that, I would say just get help. It doesn't, you could work with a coach, you could work with a mentor, but you could also join communities with other women who are doing the same things as you. Just surround yourself with really supportive people and share. So that's the first thing. The second mistake that I see is that, especially as women, we don't dream big enough. We don't play a big enough game. Yeah, we allow our fears to take over. You said something,
I need to interrupt you because you said something so brilliant and I don't want to miss this. You said we've been conditioning. This is what I like the most about what you said. Yeah.
We have. Women have been conditioned for thousands of years, actually, to play small, to play it down. You can't be too pretty, you can't be too sexy, you can't be too clever. Not every single woman, but I think as a sex, we definitely have. Men have definitely run the show. It's been a real patriarchal world. There were many things that we weren't able to do, and now we can. But we still carry that trauma from our ancestors. Yes. And it's still very much alive within the world. I certainly was held back quite a lot by, I don't want to be a show off. I don't want to be seen as too loud. I don't want people to think badly about me. And that's another mistake that I see. I see time and time again, especially women in business, we often hold back because we're worried about being judged and criticized by others. Right. So we don't want to, it's almost like we get into this unconscious people-pleasing zone where I want to upset that person over there, so I'm not going to be successful.
Exactly. That's exactly it. We're going to take a call with your permission. We're going to talk to Julia. Hi, Julia.
Hi, Carmen. Good morning to you.
Hi, beautiful. How are you, my lovely?
Thank you. I'm very well. I was just listening to the show, and I just wanted to say that I have enrolled for the free course that Abigail is offering. Next week.
Oh my God, that's so amazing. Thank you so much, Julia. You're so wonderful, like always.
Excited about
do you
that.
have any question to Abigail?
Yeah, I have a question to Abigail and to you either, because I have an idea in my mind for almost 4 years. There's a program, international program, like a mentorship program. The cost is really high for me at this moment. It's around, I would say, $6,000. And I would like to take a quantum leap and, discover if this program can really change the paradigm that I have. And if I can, expand my consciousness and become a new person that can achieve more with less effort. And the fact is that I'm scared to do that. I'm scared because I don't know if I should trust the program and just let all that fear go away. I'm scared to pay it. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should trust the doubt or I should trust. I started to doubt if it's the right way to do it now.
Well, if you have a doubt, then there's certainly somewhere, in your intuitive mind tells you it might not be quite the right program for you. And plus, it's a very costly program. So you don't want to go into something where you feel it's too much money, you're spending too much. You don't want to do that. So my opinion is it's better to try to see whether you can find a different program or you can find something else where you feel more comfortable, even financially, emotionally, intuitively. Feeling confidence that, yes, I'm going this road and I know what I'm doing and I know what to expect. But it's okay to raise your own self-worth, work with your own self-esteem and work with your inner self, like Abigail said, First, it starts with self-love. So caring more about you and how you will express yourself by doing this, that's the number one reality here. I'm going to ask Abigail what she thinks.
Yeah. Hi, Julia. Oh, I'm so excited.
Hi.
I can't wait to meet you next week. I think when we take these leaps of faith, it's always really scary. It is. It's interesting because you said, I don't know if I trust the program, but I want to ask yourself, do you trust yourself? Because when we take these leaps of faith and we invest money in ourselves, sometimes it's just the worry that we're not actually going to be able to make the money back, like that money's going to be lost and we'll never get it back, and that often comes to a trust issue around ourselves. So I would really ask you to explore what is it within yourself that you don't trust, and maybe you can do some work around that.
Yes, that's true. For sure, there's something inside of me that, I got issues with my trust in the past. So there's something there.
Yeah, but the most important thing in life starts with trusting you and your inner self. So over there, you have to look in a mirror and say, what it is about me that I need to change. And probably the first thing that I need to change is the lack of trust. So that's your first step forward into achieving your goal.
Yes. On the other hand, when I wanted to pay the program, it was like, I don't know if I should call it a sign. The bank didn't allow the transaction. So I said, okay, this might be the sign.
That's the universe. But by intuitively, I felt that this might not be the program. When you said that, I said, I don't think this is it. And then when the universe shows you a way of not allowing you to pay or not, I had many episodes in my life in which I, by all means, wanted to send you somebody money. I sent it 3 times it always got to a different address and never got to that person. At the end, it proved that person was a crook who took my money. So things like this happen when the universe talks to you and says, please don't do this. You might not know why. So if the universe says, don't do this, you might not know why. It ends up by you lose the money and you don't get what you want and you might not even like the program. So if you couldn't actually purchase, that's already. look for the sign, always in life. Do you agree with me, Abigail?
Yes,
In life,
yes.
look for the signs, that tells you yes or no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and looking forward to the session next week with Abigail. And thank you so much for your support and the words that you shared with me today.
My
your
beautiful
idea.
Julia. We love you. Thank you for calling.
I love you. I love you back. Bye-bye.
I love you. Bye, my sweetheart. Now let me see what other question I have for you, because I'm so excited to have you with me, Abigail. As I said, you're such a beautiful woman, such an inspiration, such a successful person. Do you have any exercises for empowerment? So I see people are listening to the show and women are so inspired by you. What is one or two exercises that you can give them, to make them more powerful?
There's a couple of things that come to mind, which is all part of the work that I do. The first, and I really believe in it, actually. The first thing is I've already spoken about visualization, but actually taking visualization one step further. And I call it like acting as if. So if I want to create something, like, I don't know, if I want to like think, okay, I want to grow my business to the next level. I want to take on 20 new clients. I want to earn this much money, and I want to create a team that, I'll be able to delegate work to. And I'm sat there going, oh, I'm not going to be able to do any of that. Like, literally, fear
That's
comes
so true.
in.
Yeah,
Fear, I can't afford it. I'm never gonna have time to do it. I start to be like, how would I act if I was that already? So how would I act? What would I be thinking? How would I be feeling? How would I be carrying myself? How would I be dressing? And then I just become that person. Now, this isn't like anything about being fake or putting on a mask or anything like that. It's just really fully embodying the person that you want to become. And eventually your brain sort of starts to think, well, I am that person, and then you can manifest really easily. So it's just a really fun exercise and a really fun game. And the other technique that I love so much, and I'm sure you've done this before as well, Carmen, is EFT, emotional freedom technique, where you are tapping.
Tapping, yeah.
So what I love about it is I think of it as like acupuncture for the mind. So it's a really good way to overcome any fears, limiting beliefs.
Anxiety.
So amazing. It's so good for trauma.
Yeah.
Amazing.
There's so much anxiety in this world with everything that's happening, with the COVID, and now with the world. People are anxious. When you're anxious, you cannot go to sleep. It disturbs the chemistry of the brain, and it's causing you, not to function properly. It affects really affects the physical body up to a point that you can become physically sick. So this tapping technique is amazing. Just tapping, where you feel, and you're going to have a sense of release. Then I so much agree with you with the way you carry yourself. And I'm going to share with you a story, a very short one. When I came to America 30-something years ago, I was invited to a huge event organized by a lady called Denise Rich. She was the wife of the financier Mar.4 that Bill Clinton gave the pardon. They had so much money. She used to have a property across from Plaza Hotel that was $500 million. Wow. That apartment was, I will never forget that. And she organizes a party where Celine Dion was, Gypsy King, senators. It was an enormous event. I will never forget that. And I said, okay, I'm going to go there, but I have to look fabulous. I was at the beginning when my years in America. I didn't have too much money, but I did my best to look the best I could, And when I went there, I was so... I felt so empowered and I felt so confident that people were, I look like her a little bit. People were coming to me and said, are you Denise Rich? Because we kind of look alike, and because I carried myself with such confidence that nobody could have imagined that I didn't have absolutely anything and she had all the money in the world. But the way I carried myself, it gave me that power. And I remember I connected in that night with probably the biggest celebrities in the world, you know, because I knew how to carry I had that confidence in myself, you know.
Yes.
And you once did with me a show in which we were talking about how important it is for women to look good,
Yes.
how important it is the way they dress, how important it is the way they look, the way they smile, the way they, you know, empower themselves, through the process of connecting with others and creating the business. This is part of the exercises you're talking about. I'm going to ask my producer if we have any other calls. Okay. So now, you know, when you have a successful career, you also want to have a successful personal life. You want to have a successful, of course, a family and everything. What are the secrets of blending all of this together, you know? So I want to ask you, because you have a successful personal life, you have a successful career, you have so many things to achieve. How can you put all of this together?
Yeah, I think with everyone, it's just really important to have that balance.
Right.
And
so true.
I am definitely a recovering workaholic. When I worked in corporate, I used to work all of the time. I'd be the first person in the office. I'd be the last person to leave. I'd always work at the weekends. And when I started my business, I was working exactly like that. And I realized very quickly that I had to do something about it, because the narrative in my head was, I'll take time off when I'm successful. I'll be able to do this when I've got more money. And I realized...
I have to interrupt you because I wrote a book called Committed, Finding Love and Loyalty to the 7 Archetypes. And one of the archetypes is the workaholic.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you how you handle it, because the workaholic wants the best of both worlds. He wants to be the best in his career, best in his private life. But sometimes the workaholic prioritizes work before anything else. Yeah. Was it like this for you?
Very much so. It was work was my first priority, and now I am my first priority. So I love my partner, I love my dog, I love my friends, I love my family, I love my business, I adore my clients. Everything in my life I love, but I have to make sure that I put myself first. So anything that I can do to nourish myself and to make myself feel good is like my go-to over everything. So, you know, you were just talking about style. So I love to take bubble baths, and I love to get my nails painted, and I love to go and take walks in nature and wear beautiful clothes. They don't have to be expensive clothes, but they have to make me feel beautiful. Meditation, journaling, yoga. So as long as I have those things in my life and I make those a priority because I'm a priority, that then enables me to be able to run my business from a full cup.
Right. Brilliant advice. And I relate to you because, as you know, I lost my husband to cancer, and there were 4 years in which I was running to every single hospital trying to save him. But then I didn't know it. I was alive because all I cared was saving the love of my life. And because of the pressure, the anxiety, the stress, I put like 50 pounds on me, you know what I mean? I didn't care of myself, and I almost abandoned myself, you know? So I realized after that nobody should do that. No matter the circumstance, you should never forget about you, you know?
Yeah.
So, so how significant it is. It took me years after that to work on myself to recover, you know, to recover me, you know, to bring me back to life. And this happens a lot when people care a lot for those around them and want to save them. But, you know, sometimes you feel so hopeless in front of life, and you should never forget about you. You are so, so right about this. But let's bring again back your event, because I want everybody listening for one more time to get all the correct information about you. And where can they find you if they want a special session with you, if they want to book something with you? How do we do this?
Yeah, so it's all on my website, so abigailrebecca.com, or just Google Abigail Rebecca. And as you go onto the front page, you will see, first of all, at the top, you'll see that there's the link for the 5-day online visibility experience, which is the free event that I'm running next week. There's also a link on there to get my free book, which is called Illuminate from Within. And if you
I love that. Oh my God. We need to talk about the book. Is the book out?
It's not a published book. It's an ebook, but it's more like it's more of a workbook. So it's self-inquiry questions and exercises, right. And it's basically just the first steps really to get more visible in life and business.
Oh, that's so brilliant.
Yeah, and then if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll be able to see a link to book a call with me as well.
So when is your other book coming? Because I think you're going to do another book.
There might be a book in me, not at the moment. I want a TV show. Everybody keeps asking me, are you going to write a book? I'm like, no, I
can see you on a TV show, Abigail. You have that personality, that beauty, that inspiration to millions of people all over the globe to follow you, to listen to you. And you become a role model. I'm so grateful that I have you on my show. And I hope to have you soon again, whenever you have time, and speak again. Meanwhile, go to abigailrebecca.com and subscribe to this free event. And you're going to learn so much. You're going to benefit a lot. Abigail, I love you. You're beautiful like always. You're my inspiration. And I'm grateful that you took the time to speak with us today. And I'm Carmen Harra on live radio on my show, Live Now, on KMET ABC Radio. Thank you for listening.
You have been listening to Live Now with Dr. Carmen Harra, heard every Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific Time. And don't forget to check out the show's programmer podcast on the KMET Radio website.